See, this was a major disaster that happened in Shirur in Karnataka. Way back in the month of July, last week of July, there was a major landslide, very big landslide that happened. And in that landslide, at least 3 trucks, few motorcycles, and about 10 people went missing. It was the Karnataka government and the district administration of Karwar. They were finding it very difficult to locate these people. For almost 5 days, they were looking all over, putting their best efforts to locate. Then they brought the army search parties in, the navy search parties in, the air force search parties in, but still there was no trace of the missing trucks and also some motorcycles. So someone contacted us because we are developing a technology which is able to see underground and underwater using the radio frequency. It's a very unique technology which has not been developed to this scale and capacity so far in India by anybody. With all humility I can say that. So we were invited there, and in those conditions we were able to deploy. So this technology is primarily a drone based technology. It has a transceiver and it transmits radio frequencies which enters the ground or water. It goes inside and the reflected wave is captured back by the receiver. Thereafter we put it through some processing using what is called as data analytics and machine learning, and also by data mining we have captured a lot of data, and the signature is therefore analyzed using this very special assisted AI, which helps us identify a foreign object inside earth or inside water from a natural object. That is how the technology works. It does not give any image, any picture, any video, any photograph. They are all just signal forms which has to be interpreted using human intelligence as well as artificial intelligence.
Sir, what are the struggles you faced in the rescue missions?
Oh, the struggles were very serious. First and foremost, once we were invited there to come, or requisitioned by the Karwar DC, the transporting the equipment from Delhi to Karwar was a big challenge because it has batteries which cannot be transported by air. And despite all the efforts, the civil aviation could not accept it because of the dangers involved. Finally, the batteries had to be transported by road, equipment had to be safely transported by air, somebody had to come by train, and finally we all met there 2 days after the requisition was done. That is the first challenge we overcame. The moment we reached there, it was raining cats and dogs. There was lightning, rain, storm, everything was happening even there. So we were afraid that it shouldn't happen that while we are on that spot, another landslide happens and all of us get, kind of absorbed in that landslide. But fortunately that did not happen. The second challenge was that to find out where the truck could be, we had no idea. So how we achieved that was we interact with local population, we interact with the Navy, Army, and we got information from them, whatever they had gathered so far, and they were very forthcoming. With that information, we made an assessment that the likelihood of the truck being inside water is very high likely, but it was like a Bermuda Triangle. Almost 7 days had passed and the truck had possibly gone inside water and nobody knew where it was lying. That Gangavali river had 8 knots of current, which is very high, and strong winds and very muddy water. Therefore, none of the technology equipment that was deployed was really able to work to its full efficiency, and that is the difficulty they were facing. So how to solve this Bermuda Triangle was a big mystery, was a big challenge, and we had to apply our military way of appreciating and making a sequential plan, and then deploying our drone so that the drone's technology is optimally utilized. So once the clearance was given, when we had made a plan, we run the drone over 2 days with very short windows of open weather because weather was very bad, and by doing that we were able to give them 4 spots. In these 4 spots, 4 called as contact points, we gave them priority: contact point 4, contact point 3, contact point 2 and contact point 1, the possibility of truck being one of these 4 points. Not that we were able to see the truck. The signature that we got back, reflected signature back, because the dielectric property of the water and the dielectric property, difference between the two, we were able to imagine that there is some strong metallic object in these 4 places. That is how the points were identified. There are quite a few challenges. see, when you are planning, you have to see what is the capacity of your technology, in what conditions it will work, how deep it can go, when it comes back, how much time it will take for us to read the thing, any mishap that happens, what will happen. In fact, in one case, what happened, because there was another drone operating in that area despite our request, and also because possibly some spoofing happened, one of our drones just went and crashed in water. And somehow we managed to retrieve it. Adine camera spoil adicha, but somehow we retrieved it. We suffered some losses, but all said and done. Despite that, we were able to recover and deploy and identify these 4 points. So this was done in July. Now, having identified the points, it was going to be almost impossible to locate because we had given a prediction that this is not only underwater, it is almost 8 meters deep inside water and then buried in bed, which is another 3 meters under the river bed also. So how to take it out, even if you find where it is, was a big challenge. So the operations were tried, people risked their lives. Ultimately, they had to stop at that time because of weather conditions, the current and visibility. Now, just 5 days back, the MLA there, Mr. Satish Sale, he restarted the entire operation on the request of the family, and they got a full dredger as suggested by us to come to that place from Goa. The dredger is the one which ultimately came to that spot. Then 2 days back I went there and I again marked those 4 spots for them in the water. So that was another big challenge because we were doing it after 70 days. How to find the spot was very difficult, but fortunately using our GPS readings and our technology, we put it on Google Earth and marked it for them and told the dredger boys where these are.